Hi, this is Holly with Wild Blessings. And as you know, I am absolutely a plant lover. I teach people how to eat off the land and how to find edible wild plants that are so nutritious and delicious and free. And that's my passion. So if you haven't checked that out about me, then go to wildblessings.com. And there's a lot there you can learn. But one of the things about the plants, I love all of the plants. I love all of the seasons, the life cycles of the plant. But the most favorite part of the plant that I love are their oils. And they're called essential oils because they're essential to the life of the plant. And so today I'm going to be talking about why I would not live without essential oils and why they're a gateway to true health and healing. And it's such a simple gateway and such a powerful one because they are they're the plant's medicine and their immune system. They work in us the same way they work in the plants, which is amazing. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But first, I want to introduce you to my really good friend. Her name is Katie Giordano, and she's one of the ones who introduced me to Young Living, which is the oil company that I adore, and to these oils many years ago. And we're just dear friends. And so she's a mom of three. When I first met her, I think you only had Gabe, and you'd just given birth to Evie. Oh my goodness, things have changed so much. But
Yep.
anyway, she's actually made a business out of with Young Living that's been extremely helpful, not just to pay for her own oils, but to actually help provide for the family. So she's going to share some of her story, and she's going to be helping me brag on the plant medicine. And I just can hardly wait for you to get to meet her as well. So Katie, hi.
Hi, Holly. Thanks for having me with you.
Oh, I'm so happy. So can you tell us a little bit about what essential oils are?
Essential oils, like you mentioned, are the lifeblood of the plant. So they are the part of the plant that we extract out in a very specific steam distilled process that retains all of the qualities of the plant. Young Living is very particular about how they do that to maintain all of the parts that will actually help our bodies and support our bodies. So we don't lose any of that in the process of distilling it. And depending on the oil, we use all sorts of parts of the plant. We might use the bark and the needles and the leaves and the flowers, just depending on which one it is. So that is really the main thing that they do are help protect the plants, and they also help protect us when we use them and support our bodies.
Mhm. Yeah. It's incredible to me how much they can support not just your physical health, but your emotional health. Have you noticed that in your own life?
Definitely, definitely. I mean, I used oils a bunch right after I had my third child, and our house was crazy. Everybody was adjusting to the new baby, and we used oils on everybody to help calm emotions and to keep peace within the house. When we diffuse essential oils and we inhale them, they get to the part of our brain where our emotions are rooted. And so it's a really quick way to shift emotions. And it's great when you diffuse them in your house, then it affects everybody in the house at the same time. It can just change the whole dynamic.
Yeah. One of the things that blew me away, because as an herbalist and as a woman who loves plants, is that peppermint oil, one drop of peppermint oil is the equivalent, constituent wise, of 26 mugs of peppermint tea, of dried leaf. And that just blew my mind because I have a whole tea section in my pantry, which I'll always do. But this is much more effective and much more concentrated. So, do you
Mhm.
know any can you explain a little bit about why they're so concentrated and how they affect our cells?
Well, when they're distilled down, then they're concentrated from the plant, and then the oils are able to easily move in and out of our cells. So they impact our cells in ways other things don't because they can't get into our cells in the same way. So
Mhm.
for that reason, they even can help support our brain because they can easily cross that blood-brain barrier to support our brain.
Mhm.
And funny, you mentioned peppermint tea. I have my little tea mug right here,
Mhm.
and I have peppermint in my tea with it's an immune support combination that I put together in here. So I have peppermint thieves, which is an immune support blend, lemon and frankincense. And I just add a little bit of honey in there, mix it up with my warm water. You don't want it too hot because you don't want the hot water to kill the specific properties of the oil that help support
Yeah,
our bodies. But then I
yeah.
drink this to stay well, or anytime I'm starting to feel a little bit off, I just make sure I'm
Mhm.
drinking that, and it really just shifts things for me.
So it's really important that you're using Young Living before you put something in your body because it says on other oil brands it'll say don't take internally. Can you explain why that is?
Well, when you distill the plant down, you get all of the things that have been on that plant. So, Young Living is very intentional about all of their farming practices. We own many of our own farms, and any of our partner farms, they get very well vetted before we work with them because we want to make sure that they're following the protocols that we have for keeping our bodies safe from the oils that we're using. Because if you're using a plant that's been sprayed with pesticides and you distill that down, then you have those pesticides in high concentration in the oil as well. And even the organic label isn't a great indicator of whether or not the oils are going to be beneficial for you, because it only has to be a small percentage organic for them to label it that, or for them to label it pure. So there could be all sorts of things that have been added in there to stretch the oil and just make it so it's not really going to benefit your body in the same way. So all of our oils are just strictly plant material from whatever plant that they are distilled from, nothing added. And then we look at choosing the best seeds to plant. The farms are hand weeded, they are composted. We use our own oils as pesticides on the plants to help protect the plants
I
from bugs,
love that.
all
Yeah.
sorts. Yeah, it's so cool. So, none of the oils go to waste. They all get
Yeah.
used, whether or not they end up being bottled or whether or not they're used on the farms with the plants.
Yeah.
But we're very concerned about the entire process to make sure that the oils that we're getting have all of the therapeutic qualities that will
Mhm.
actually impact our bodies and help support us. A lot of the oils on the market, they're just going to smell good. They're not going to do anything to actually help you because there's just a small amount of oil in there, or they could be harmful to you if they have
Yeah.
distilled down all of these things like the potential pesticides and things.
Right, especially if you take it internally, but your skin is the largest organ of the body, and so if you are putting oils even just on your skin,
Mhm.
that's going to get into your bloodstream. So purity really, really matters. And one of my favorite experiences probably ever was when I went to the Mona farm in Utah, to the lavender farm, and you were there, Katie, and
Mhm.
it was unbelievable to be out in the middle of I was in the middle of a clary sage field, and I just could see as far as I could see, and it just the smell just was so amazing, and they were at the height of their energy. And they always pick the blooms right at the perfect time of day, and they're just so on top of it. And just the beautiful way that they you build up the soil and use these rescue horses that they took care of with oils. And oh my word, it was really it was a very worshipful experience to me. And here
Mhm.
you can see the lavender fields here. So
Mhm.
how many have you been to other farms besides the Mona farm?
I haven't been to the other ones yet. I've been out to the Mona one a few times, and
Okay.
with having babies, I haven't done all the other traveling to the other
Oh, what a
farms.
bummer.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's my goal. I want to go to the Ecuador one and stuff. It's just amazing. They're all over the world, and
Mhm.
they grow the plants
Oh,
where they
I've been to one of our partner farms in Spain. Um,
were.
yeah, a couple of years ago, I was able to go out and help harvest cistus and see where it was
Oh,
distilled, and yeah, it was
what?
amazing. Yeah, it was very cool.
Oh my gosh, you have to send some pictures. I'll put them in the post.
Okay,
That's
perfect.
amazing. That's awesome. So anyway, it's a pretty special. And
Mhm.
if you know Holly, you know that I love plants and I just am amazed at God's creation and I love bragging on the creator. And so honestly, that's why I'm in Young Living, because they're the only ones that own their own farms and have partner farms too that do everything sustainably and beautifully from the soil all the way to the distillation process. Briefly, I just got to share about cypress. Cypress, it takes 24 hours tell me if I'm right about this, to
Okay.
distill it properly at the right temperature to get all 289 constituents, healing constituents.
Mhm.
And so it takes a long time to do that and do it properly. But Young Living does that so that we can get the most bang for the buck with that oil. Each oil, they know exactly what to do.
Mhm.
Most companies will just do it for 5 hours, get just as much oil out of it, but they will only end up with 11 constituents or whatever. So, do you see the difference? Like, if you're really going after a life change and your body being impacted, then you want to have the done right. So,
Mhm.
what did I express that right, Katie?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's if you distill too long or you distill too short, you're not gonna get all of the properties. So, yeah,
Mhm,
you're correct in that. They know exactly for each different oil what needs to happen, and then they
mhm.
follow that to make sure that we're actually getting what we need out of the plant.
Yeah. So it's not just this nice smell, for heaven's sakes, but they are nice smells as well. All
Mhm.
right, I wanted to switch from that, and let's just talk a little bit about, ooh, what else does Young Living have to or offer besides the oils? Can you just briefly go over some of the categories, Katie?
Sure, yeah, there are so many things. We actually have over 600 products, which is just crazy to me that we have that many options. But it's great because whatever need you have, there's something that you can fulfill with that need. So we often talk about ditching and switching. So there are lots of products that we have in our homes that are detrimental to our health, like our cleaning products
Yeah.
and cosmetics and our lotions, anything we put on our body, shampoos, all these sorts of things that we may not realize are harmful for our bodies because of the
Mhm.
kinds of chemicals and things. In the United States, we allow many more chemicals to be included in these sorts of things than they do in other countries. They just don't regulate these things. And so Young Living has all sorts of products that you can use to swap out to make sure that you're using products that are not going to cause harm and are actually helpful for you. So one of the main things that we have for switching out things in your home is the Thieves line, which includes the
Yeah.
Thieves
I have
cleaner.
it. Yeah.
We just love that. Like you can use it to clean everything.
Everything.
I use it in my bathroom, in my kitchen. We use it for the car. We use it
Mhm.
everywhere.
Mhm.
And it's super economical because you just buy this
Mhm.
bottle of concentrate, add a cap to a spray bottle, add the water. So I think it's like 75 cents or something for a
Mhm.
spray bottle of cleaner. And then there's products like toothpaste. Our favorite toothpaste is Young Living toothpaste, and mouthwash and great things for oral care. Cosmetics, I used our Savvy Minerals makeup this morning. I didn't use makeup for a long time because I just didn't know that there was anything on the market that was clean enough to feel like I could put that on my body. Um,
Mhm.
Gosh, our lotions
They
are
have baby things too, stuff for children and for babies, which is so important.
yeah. And my kids, having grown up using oils, because we started using oils when my oldest was 2 and I had a new baby. And I knew the reason why I got started with Young Living was the purity piece because I was pregnant. I knew I didn't want to put anything on my body that was going to harm my growing baby. And I didn't want anything on my kids that was going to harm them as well. So that's why, after researching all sorts of different companies, that Young Living was the only one that I was comfortable going with. And my kids have grown up using oils for things. So I was out yesterday and I came home and my husband said, "Oh, Evelyn's belly is hurting, but she wanted you because she wanted you to find the right oil to put on her belly." And lots of times they know which ones they are and they ask for tummy jives, which is one of the kid sense rollers for tummies.
Mhm.
And it's great to see that they've grown up that way because they just know, what will support their bodies. And
That's so empowering. That's
Mhm.
so fun. That's so exciting. I wish I could rewind and do that with my kids.
Yeah, it's
So
been
can we
really
so can we talk about some of your favorite oils? What are some of the ones you could not live without? And
sure.
how has it impacted your health? I know that you had some significant health issues when you were in your 20s and
Mhm.
you diet was huge. Like there is no oil that's ever going to change a really bad situation because we need to change our lifestyle. But
Mhm.
the easiest way I have found to change that lifestyle, like a gateway into holistic natural health, has been using the oils because they are such a quick fix, but they're just part of a whole, right?
Yeah, it's a combination of the more you use them, the better you're gonna feel, so you wanna be using them consistently, but it often is a quick fix. So peppermint for me was one of the first ones that I had an aha moment with because when I was pregnant with Evelyn and I would have indigestion after every meal, I would just put a drop of peppermint on my tongue and I would instantly feel better. And I ran out of peppermint a few weeks before she was going to be born. And I
No,
realized that peppermint was also helping me breathe. And I had no idea that when I put that drop of peppermint on my tongue, it was also clearing my sinuses at the same time.
it
So,
sure does.
yeah. So I made sure I got more peppermint right away because I certainly didn't
Yeah,
want to go through labor and delivery without, being able to breathe.
no
Um,
way.
Frankincense is another one I love to use. It's a great immune support, and so we use that one constantly just to kind of keep our immune systems well, but it's a really grounding oil, so it's really helpful for emotional support, and so I will, rub that one on my ears or put it on my wrist. I often put it, right up here before I go to bed at night. It helps me just kind of calm down and sleep better. Lemon, I put lemon in my water every morning because it's just a natural.
It's in my water.
Yeah. Yeah, it helps you naturally detox, and so it just can, kind of move things through in a gentle way. So I start out my day with warm water with lemon in it. Lemon is also an uplifting oil from an emotional and a mood perspective. So I love putting that one in my diffuser, and it just kind of brightens up the mood in the room, and it's kind of like sunshine in the diffuser.
Mhm.
Thieves is a blend that's an immune support blend. It has rosemary, cinnamon, clove, lemon, and eucalyptus, right?
Yep.
And that one is just an overall wellness support. So we use that one regularly. It's in my thieves tea that I mentioned earlier. It's just a great, I mean, I keep that one in the diffuser all the time just to keep our systems just operating the best they can operate. And it really is like as you're using them regularly, your body is supported constantly. Uh,
Yeah.
and like you said, it's important to pay attention to your diet. When I was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition in college, and it affected my joints in major ways. And so I really had to reduce the inflammation in my body to be able to allow my body to do what it needed to do to heal. So, that involved changing my diet a lot, eliminating sugar. I had to eliminate grains for a while and dairy, and I've been able to add some of those things back in. But, our bodies really can heal when they're given the
Mhm.
right tools, and we take away the
Yeah.
things that are harmful for them, and we give them the building blocks that they need in order to do what they were designed to do, which is heal and be healthy.
Yeah. So one of the things that absolutely blows my mind about the difference between this um, and a pill, okay,
Mhm.
is that this will actually, your body knows how to handle this. This is not toxic. Your body knows how to, where to send it and how to help clean out the receptor sites so your cells can communicate with each other, how
Mhm.
to get rid of bad information inside your cells, how to detox it. It just really gets down to the DNA of a really healing level, which is so much better than just cutting off a symptom or causing another side effect. There really are there side effects with essential oils?
Not negative ones. I mean, there
Yeah.
are often positive side effects. I mean, when you take lavender, for example, it has over 400 different constituents. And so we call that
Mhm.
the Swiss Army knife of essential oils because
Yeah.
it will do so many things. So it's like if you have an issue, no matter what that issue is, and
Mhm.
you have lavender, use lavender because it's likely going to help with whatever that
Right.
is. And so, I mean, exactly like I was using peppermint to help with my digestion, but it was also helping my breathing and my
Yeah.
respiratory system. So there are often side effects, but there are beneficial
Mhm.
side effects.
It's like they're multitasking.
Yes.
I
And
love that. That's
they
so
do,
much fun.
yeah, and they're intelligent. So like you said, they go
Mhm.
in your body to where they need to go,
Mhm.
and they work on what needs to be worked on. So you
Mhm.
can't really go wrong.
Yeah, and they have such high frequencies, more higher frequencies than just about anything else God's created. And so it can lift your kind of sluggish mood and just not just lift your mood, but get your cells spinning faster, and you just you feel better almost instantly when you smell them. So one of my favorite ways to smell it, I was outside this morning watching the sunrise, and I just love lemon, and so I'm just sitting there
Mhm.
breathing it in deeply and then exhaling over here so I don't breathe it over my reducer thingy, and then breathe it again and then let it go, and just breathing deeply, and it just, you can feel the shift. It's just absolutely amazing. I so wish I could give you all some of these to
Mhm.
smell, but I wanted to come up with just one oil that if I could only have one oil for the rest of my life, what would it be? And
Mm.
I could not do that. I can't do that. So I thought I would do three, and I ended up with all of these because like I can't live without all of these oils right here. So these, I could talk for a long time about stories about how much this one's helped me with my heart being healthy, and this one with aches and pains and so forth. So it's just every single one of these, it has been meaningful to me. I've been doing essential oils for 8 years, and I still use all of the plants. It's just that the oils are so powerful and so concentrated, and they have so fascinated me. I've done quite a bit of study on it, just like Katie has. I've done many, 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 many classes on it, which I will be posting, and so that you guys can learn, because I honestly feel that this is a gift that God has given us. There's a scripture in Proverbs 21:20. It says, there are oils and precious treasures in the house of the wise. And one of the talks I give is on the 23 ways in which the oils were used throughout scriptures to support mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, and even relational health. And that's a really fascinating talk. And so I would love to put a link to that, and you could watch that if that interests you, to see how they've been used throughout history. So when Mary was given frankincense and myrrh, she knew what to do with it because it was a big deal, and she felt like it was liquid gold and resin gold. So it was pretty exciting. I To this day, I mean, I get so excited when I get my Young Living wellness package every month. It's just almost like Christmas. And
Mhm.
there's ways in which I have been able to purchase my oils where I've actually get free oils back. So literally over all these years, I should probably figure out how many thousands of dollars worth of free oils I've been sent by Young Living by doing their promos and also by redeeming my points. But I'm telling you, there are some really fun ways that Katie's going to share with us that we can get 24% off as a wholesale member, and then lots of other ways as well. So she's going to jump into that. But before we do, is there anything I missed?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
All
Not
right.
unless you have any stories about any of those oils you wanna share with us real quick.
Oh,
You're
oh my gosh. Okay. Well, all right. If I had one word that would describe my life growing up, it would be allergies. And
okay.
I didn't go to soccer or to cheerleading school or camp after school. I went to allergy shots. And so I constantly had nosebleeds because of my constant allergies. And it really impacted my personality and just my sense of shyness and just wanting to become a reclusive because I was always so sick. And of course, I know now that it had a lot to do with my diet. But of course, the doctor never tells you that. They don't say, well, here's the 8 health laws. Are you following these? You never hear that. They just say, here, take this shot or take this pill. So that was frustrating. But that was my childhood. And then when I got into Young Living 8 years ago, I was told, actually, this is why I got into Young Living, because Samantha told me that, Holly, you know how terrible my allergies are? I go, yes, because I was always making her, um, some herbal remedy for her allergies, because she always had a Kleenex box in her hand, and she was no longer constantly sneezing and blowing her nose. And I'm thinking, what happened to you? She said, lemon, lavender, and peppermint, Young Living. And I'm going, what is that? What do you mean? Who's Young Living? And anyway, so she said, just take the lemon. So she let me try it. And it was so astounding how fast it worked that actually Jason could probably give a whole testimony on this, because he was living with a mess. And now I teach every week. I never have to worry about sneezing into the camera
Mhm.
because I am completely on top of this. And so what I like to do now actually is I take them internally with gel caps. And so I'll put 2 drops of lemon, 2 drops of lavender, and 2 drops of peppermint into a gel cap. And then I'll fill it up the rest of the way with olive oil. And then I put them into an empty supplement bottle and then just keep them in the freezer. And so then I label the top LLP for lemon, lavender, and peppermint. And the minute I start to feel like there's the season outside where all of the pollen is coming, where I'm starting to feel like it's starting to get too much for me, I'll just go grab one. And within 5 minutes, maybe less, it just completely stops. And it's a antihistamine. So it's just amazing how much it impacts that, and has given me my whole life back. So these, honestly, I could not live without these. I could not live without joy for a lot of other reasons. I love frankincense. I love thieves. Thieves kept my mom alive for 2 years while she was bedridden. We just kept it going in the diffuser next to her bed, and she never caught what other people would come in with, to catch. So been so blessed from all of these oils, and I can tell you lots of stories. But I think probably the most astounding one was just how much it took away the allergy situation. So that was amazing. It gave me my life back.
I had a similar issue with allergies growing up, and there was, I think, only one allergy medication that would actually help. And so it was, I was constantly taking that. And then when I started with oils too, that was one of my go-tos. And I would keep it in the
Mhm.
diffuser and I would add it to my water. And then the combination of cleaning up your diet and then even our supplements are infused with essential oils as well,
Yes, I
which
love their supplements.
yeah, they're so great. That quality we talked about with how the oils are easily absorbed into the cells because of how small they are and the way they can cross that cell membrane
Mhm.
helps the nutrients from the supplements actually get into our bodies. So we're able to absorb like 85% of the supplement that's in there, whereas typical supplements you buy in the market, you may only be getting 25% of what you're actually putting into your body. So even if they seem like they're a little bit more expensive than what you're used to buying in the store, it's because you're actually able to utilize the nutrients that are in there. And so they're actually more economical. But sulfurzyme was one that when I started using really helped from an allergy perspective. And Ningxia is a high antioxidant drink that we have that's made from wolfberries.
Yeah.
And that has been amazing. I mean, we use that daily for immune support. My kids love it. They call it ninja juice. And so they take a little shot glass of it in the mornings. And it's really helpful for energy. It's great for moms to, I have some Ningxia Red in the afternoon, kind of keeps me going through the rest of the day. It can be really helpful to support sugar balance in the body, great to support eyesight. So there are so many different things that really impact so much of our body. And those are kind of the three things that contributed to me having a better fall and a better spring and a better summer. Whereas before I would have to stay in the air conditioning to avoid feeling terrible.
Yeah. Well, when you don't have your health, you don't have anything. I mean, health is our wealth. I read one thing recently. It said, when you have your health, you have many dreams. When you've lost your health, you only have one. So, this is our temple. We need to take care of it. And this is the funnest way. I've got lots of ways. So if you go to Wild Blessings, you'll learn all of the ways that I'm interested in holistic health. But this is probably my favorite because it's so wonderfully powerful, and they smell so good. And anyway, and then Young Living is just so precious to me because of the way in which it's just a wonderful company. And I get to work with wonderful people like Katie, and she's just been such a blessing to me. So Katie, if you could share with us how what you wanted to share, and then I will end up by sharing a little bit about what I can do to help you.
Okay, great. Why don't we hop over to the website for a minute so I can show you all what the website looks like and where you can find information about the oils and all of that.
Okay.
All right. So can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So here's our website. We have a newer website. So it's got all sorts of great features. So you can check out the shop tab, which gives you kind of all the different things here with the essential oils and their blends, our Young Living exclusive brands, which includes the things for the home that we talked about. It also includes a safe CBD line, which has been really amazing to help support people's bodies in multiple ways. And it actually, our CBD, it removes the THC from it. So it's safe for everyone to use. And that's been great. Skincare, we have some food products made from einkorn flour, which is ancient grain. So it's different than wheat, where it only has 7 genes rather than 40 plus genes or something. And our bodies recognize that as really good food for us. Then we have our Kid Sense line. The Seedlings is the baby line. Savvy Minerals is the makeup. And then Sleek for weight management, for healthy weight management, which is great. I love to use our Sleek shakes in my smoothies in the morning, and the Sleek tea. I really love it. Helps kind of control appetite, and it tastes great. Or you can shop by need. So all those different options there: weight management, rest, exercise, sports. We have lots of products to help support your body post-exercise, cleansing, all sorts of things. Personal care, you can see all those categories there: hair care, bath care, body care. We have lotion, shampoo, conditioner, beard oil, dental care, makeup, lots of things. And then our infused supplements, so you can look through there. And then on the right-hand side, all the categories are there as well. So we're going to take a look. You can go to this Learn tab, which will tell you all about what essential oils are, our promise and commitment to quality, why our products are different. The subscribe to save is the best way that you can order your oils. And that's what Holly was talking about in earning points and getting freebies. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Loyalty Rewards is that program where you're earning those points. And then website training videos. So lots of resources here to help you learn. And then this is all about the company. So you can look at tabs on our farms, our founders, the foundation. So we partner with the Young Living Foundation, and we work in several different countries. We work with areas where there's a malaria issue. We work with kids who have chiggers. We work with sex trafficking and helping remove people from situations that are harmful, all sorts of things. And the foundation is really amazing. Part of the thing I love about the foundation too is that when you donate to the foundation, 100% of your donation goes to projects because Young Living foots the bill for all of the overhead for the people who work at the foundation. So all of your money is actually going directly towards the projects.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was one of the things that really stole my heart about Young Living because I spent time living in Uganda between high school and college, and then in South Africa, I did some graduate work, and my heart was really for people, in really tough situations in some of these other places, and I just wept watching the videos from our foundation, and that was another thing that solidified my passion for Young Living. So all sorts of great things you can learn about here. If you want to learn specifically about an oil, let's just go take a look at the singles. And you can see that there are, all sorts of things, and they're all alphabetized here. Or we can just pop in and we can search up something here like peppermint. And then, so we can click on peppermint here. So peppermint, it'll give you like the basic information here about peppermint and what it does to support your body. And then if you scroll down here, there's this section that talks about peppermint, directions for using peppermint, the features and benefits of it, suggested uses, some of the safety information about it. And then there's a section with ingredients. So what I love about our oils is that's all there is just the oil in there. But for the supplements and things like that, it will give you more options. And then it will give you these certifications down here. And then you can choose to either add it to your cart or add it to a subscription. And so the subscription program is the monthly program. It's basically like your monthly wellness box. And you can change that every month. You change the items, you can change the date that you get them, you can change whether or not you want to get them every month or every other month or every third month. So it's super flexible, but that is a great way to earn rewards points. We call them loyalty rewards points. And then you can use those points to redeem for other products that you purchase. So basically, we get lots of products for free when we build up our loyalty rewards points. Also, when you first are starting out with Young Living, let's hop back over and we'll chat a little bit about that. Let's take a little bit of a break from the website. And let's see if I come back over here. Is there a way to pop us back on the screen so we can chat a little bit about the options thank you. Awesome. Okay. So when you get started with Young Living, you have the option to pick the products that you'd like to use, or you can start out with a starter bundle. Like Holly has her starter bundle box right there. That is an excellent way to get started if you want to get started with oils and just kind of get the easy, like here are, was it 12 oils, 14 oils? Can't remember how many.
I think it has 13. And so it comes with a ton of oils in here and a diffuser. And this is the way I got started. And honestly, I can't imagine a better way because you need all of these to adjust or to, let's see, I don't even know how to open it. Oh my gosh, I love these things. I always get excited opening them.
They're such pretty packaging too.
Look at that. So there's a little secret little area at the bottom. See, there's 2 more oils inside. And is this what they're selling now? Is this what comes with?
Yep. So when you get the kit that way, you get the 12 oils and then those Ningxia Red packet samples. So you can try that out. Hand sanitizer samples. You get to try out some different things. Our hand sanitizer is amazing. I actually give it to the kids. They have a class at church, and I have swapped out the hand sanitizer that they were using for the kids at church, and now they have a Young Living one. And it was so funny. My 4-year-old, she grabbed the bottle and she brought it to me and she said, "Oh, I have our hand sanitizer so I can bring it home." And I said, no, we brought it to leave here so all the kids can use it. She was so confused because she was like, "Well, no, this is ours."
Yeah, because it really matters. You can actually poison yourself with the stuff that's out there, with the triclosan and stuff. And we do whole classes on that. So it matters what you put on your skin.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. So yeah, you'll go ahead and you'll get those 12 oils and you'll get a diffuser. So you see that box Holly has below the oils is a diffuser. And when you buy one of the kits that way, you're basically getting it at 60% off. It's really the most amazing way to get started, to have lots of things that you'll use regularly. I mean, it comes with the peppermint. We talked about the lemon, the lavender, the frankincense, panaway, which is helpful for any sort of pain, digize, which is helpful for digestion.
It's
Um,
amazing.
so you end up with a lot of tools that you
Mhm.
have for whenever anything comes up. So it's a great way to get started. If you don't want to get started that way, then you can always get started by just choosing the products you'd like. And that could be the home cleaning products. If you want to swap out your toxic
Mhm.
home cleaning stuff, you could get started with swapping out your lotions, making sure you're using lotions that are beneficial for you and helpful to
All
support
right,
your
hold
health.
on a second. I want to say something about that. This is the, do you like the winter nights
I love it.
one? I
Yep.
love it too. All right, this is just plain, I think it's plain, or you could get Genesis that has nothing else in it, just wonderful carrier oils and cream. And so then you can take the oils that you need, like the panna, whatever, you put a little bit in your hand, put 1 drop in. So that's how you can make your own tailor-made
Mhm.
to put wherever you want it.
Yeah, and we even have some options for, like, you can buy the unscented bath gel from us that has great ingredients and then add your own oils to it. So
Mhm.
there are lots of options if you wanna DIY stuff or if you're not DIY and you can just purchase the things you need to purchase. I mean, even things like
I'm a
bath.
DIYer.
I know you are, and it's so
I
great.
love making things.
I love it. I love it. And then, there are things that I like to DIY and some things, I mean, I love our lip balm. And so I just order our lip balm, but my daughter wanted to make some the other day. So we made homemade peppermint lip balm using our peppermint oil. And I even saw something the other day about how you can use our blush powders to make the different colors of lip balm if you want to,
Wow.
do colors, which is really fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I don't mean to interrupt. Keep going.
You're fine. You're fine. So you could just pick out the products that you want to get or that are, I mean, maybe you just need vitamin C, or maybe you need vitamin B to support your energy, or maybe you want to try the Ningxia Red. Like there are lots of different things that you can get started with. And there are two ways that you can get that 24% discount that Holly mentioned. So either you can toss everything that you want to get into a subscription cart, and then you'll automatically get the 24% off. And as long as you keep something in your subscription cart at all times, you'll always get the discount. Or if you purchase 100 PV, which is about the equivalent of $100, it just depends on which products you're getting, then you automatically get that 24% discount for the next 12 months. So either way, super easy to customize what it is that you want to get started with specifically. And then when you get started with Holly, she has this amazing community she's connected to. So she can plug you into all of our resources so
Mhm.
that you have places to be educated. I mean, Holly does all sorts of wonderful classes, so she can help educate you. There are great reference books. Holly's holding for a reference book
Yeah.
there.
I'll send you this book.
Yeah,
It's
Holly is
amazing.
great about sending out a beautiful welcome packet to her new members so that they have all the resources they need to learn. And then when you're connected with our communities, we have a Facebook community, and we're working on some other websites that will be off Facebook so you can have access to other things. I send out text messages to welcome you when you join, and I send out information that way. Some people prefer to have that come to their phone. We also send out a monthly email to let you know what's happening every month and with other tidbits of information. So lots and lots of ways to support you and to help you on your health journey and to help you figure out, what you need to do next. And we don't want you to feel like you're on your own to figure it out. And the other thing is you don't have to know very much to get started. I knew nothing when I got started. All I knew was that peppermint was great on my tongue to help me feel better after I ate. And so, I don't want you to feel like you have to understand all the things to get started. You just have to get
Yeah.
started so that you
The
have the resources.
oils know what to do. Just get them on your body.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Anything else you want to add to that piece, Holly?
Well, I know it's made an incredible difference in your life financially. So can you share a little bit about that?
Sure. Yeah, I'd be happy to. So when I started with Young Living, I knew that there was an opportunity to earn some money, and I had a 2-year-old at home, and I was pregnant with my second. And so I knew at some point that I wanted to be able to work from my home so I could be with my kids. I couldn't afford to not work. And so I was looking for ways that I could do that. And because I had fallen in love with Young Living and the products and could really stand behind every aspect of the company, it really was an awesome way for me to be able to do that, to be able to continue to work, but to do it in a flexible way from my home. And I know when Holly and I would come over to Holly's house to teach classes early on to people and help them get started with Young Living, and I would bring my newborn. I mean, she was probably like 4 months old, and I would just strap her on in the kid carrier and head over to Holly's house with a group of Holly's friends or family, whoever, wanted to hear about oils and about Young Living. And we would chat. And there were moments where, Evelyn would wake up crying and I would hand off my notes to Holly and say, Holly, can you just read these for me? And I would go stand in Holly's pantry trying to quiet her down so everybody could hear the information. But I mean, it has been such a joy to just share health and wellness with people and to be able to support my family in the same way. So I've been doing this for the last 7.5 years. Supporting my family through using Young Living. And it's just provided us all sorts of flexibility. We lived in North Carolina for a while, and then we moved to Colorado, and I was able to just continue doing what I was doing with Young Living out in Colorado. And then we have since moved back to Michigan to be near family. I do this with my sisters. It's so fun to be able to do these kinds of things with the people you love, because you're joining with other like-minded people to share health and wellness. And it's just a huge blessing. So I'm really, really grateful that I can contribute to my family and share about things that I love. And really anybody can do it. Anybody can share about the things that they love. We do it all the time. You go and have a great meal someplace and you share with everybody that you had a great meal there. And it's the same thing. And I can't even imagine what our life would be like if we weren't using these products on a regular basis, because it's, when I sit and think about it, I use them throughout my entire day. And it's like a huge number of products that we use daily that have improved our lives. And I've had people say to me, like, why didn't you tell me about this sooner? My life, I wish I would have known about it sooner. So I also realized that it's really selfish for me not to share with people because it's so beneficial. So you really can do a lot of really great things with the business side of things. So if you want to become a brand partner with Young Living, it's super easy to do. There's a Business Essentials kit that you can purchase for $29. And then that gives you the ability to then earn an income off of anything that someone else purchases when they purchase through your member number. So if we want to hop back over to the website, I can show you where you can grab so once you've joined Young Living, let's see, I'll come on over here. So once you've joined Young Living, let me sign in. I'm going to sign into my account here. Now let's see here in my account. So once you join Young Living, let's see, you have a member number. And when you come down here, you can see this little spot right here that says Share YL. So if you click on that, welcome to Young Living. No, we don't need the tour right now, but there's a tour. Since our website's fairly new, they give you a whole tour of the website, which is super helpful. So you can come over here and you just copy your link. So when you copy your link, you can just share that with people. So I can send that link in a text message to somebody. They can click on that link and they can shop for the products they want. And that ties them to me so that I can benefit from whatever it is that they're ordering. Let's see, what else would you want to see from here? I think that's probably the main thing. It's
so simple. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then if you look over on this little drop down thing we have here, there's that top one is your link to your subscription. So you can manage your monthly subscription there. You have your order history, your loyalty rewards, points. You can even click on the little heart for products and that adds it to your favorites list. So you can kind of go back and see what you're interested in. All sorts of great things there.
Yeah, that's pretty complete. They did a lot of change. They really changed things, didn't they, Katie? It's wonderful.
Yeah. There's a lot of really great stuff. I know we can hop back from the website for a few minutes, but I know for people who have been around Young Living for a long time, the change of website can be challenging, but really it's more like a lot of the websites that we use to shop on regularly. So for people who are brand new, it's a pretty easy setup for them. For the rest of us who've been around, we've had to figure a few things out. But,
well, I just have, let's see, 1, 2, 3. 3 words: changed my life. And that's what Young Living has done. It has changed my life. And the friends that I have made through the community, I'll always be a part of Spunky Oils because I absolutely love the women there. I've made some really good friends and learned so much, and we help each other. in very practical ways. And we always point each other to other things besides the oils, like, are you eating well? And are you
Mhm.
drinking enough water? So it's just been a really great journey, and probably one of the best things I've ever done for our whole family's health. And I'm so grateful, Katie, that you joined me to help brag with me about this wonderful company and all these oils. I sure appreciate you, hon. And thank you for joining us, guys.
My pleasure. It's been so good to be here. And I agree, Hallie, it completely changed my life. Young Living talks about wellness, purpose, and abundance. And it's so great to be able to focus on all three of those things because our wellness, like you said, our health is our wealth. And so we need
Mhm.
our wellness in order to be able to do the things that we were created to do and to be able to just engage with people and help support people and all of that. And then it's just given me great purpose to be able to share with people, to be able to help them live a better life. And then the abundance piece is great because it's been able to help me provide for my family in ways that I couldn't have otherwise and be with them. Holly and I were chatting this morning about how I had to do homeschool this morning with the kids before we hopped on to do this. And it's just great to be able to have the flexibility to do those sorts of things. And
And you
Holly,
always smell good.
my 4-year-old walks up to me and she always she's right at my belly. And so she sticks her nose in my belly and she always says, "Mom, you smell good."
I know. I always smell good. All right. Well, God bless you. Thank you so much, Katie.
How I just want to say real quick before Holly closes this out here, is that you can easily get started with Holly, and there will be information at the end of this video so that you know how to get started with Holly. You can just use her member number. She can pop her share link into the screen at the end of the video, and or also if you just get on the website and you get to the spot where it says who introduced you to Young Living, you can just put Holly's member number in there, and then that will connect you to Holly. Let Holly know that you've gotten started so she knows, and
So I
then
can
she
send you
will.
your wellness
Yeah,
package.
she'll send out your gift and then she can connect you to me. If you have business questions, I'm happy to help with any of that stuff. She'll get you connected with our community and great places where you can ask questions and learn all sorts of things. So we will support you well, and we would love to have you join us and hear all the wonderful stories that you end up having about how all of this has improved your health.
Amen. Okay. That's it. Thanks, guys.